Elohim, the most powerful God. Remember Lot? Would you call him a righteous man? The day I began to comprehend that God sees me as righteous was a life changer. I was studying Genesis at the time. God came to Lot's rescue from the burning of Sodom, even after Lot's appalling response to the threats from local thugs against his family. In Peter's second letter to the church, he describes Lot as a godly and righteous man. Note 21. Lot's behavior seems unforgivable to us today, yet God chooses to call him righteous. We don't know exactly what it was about Lot that made him different from the others in Sodom. His soul was tormented, but he made some strange choices. We do know that he held a special place in God's heart, a place of safety from God's wrath. In Psalm 51, David reveals how God uses his creative power to redesign the fallen state that has been within humanity since Adam and Eve were exiled from Eden. Verses 5 and 10 say this: "Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." This psalm is rich with revelation of God's character and availability. David had committed horrendous sins, yet David's relationship with God gave him the confidence that God would hear him and not only forgive, but also bless him with a righteousness that he did not deserve. God, through Christ, has created a new being, a being designed for each one of us that's available as we reject the power of our old way of life. When we discard our old self, God makes available a new creature who has the power to be righteous and holy before him. Note 22. What does this look like? As a child, I had indulging parents. Their unconditional love for me has created a confident and assertive adult, but it's also produced a lot of selfishness and greed within me. God brings this before me daily as I listen for his voice in meditation and in scriptures. But I believe God. He knows what's best for me. He's planted the seeds of generosity and humbleness within me. As I yield to his powerful urging, I become aware more and more of those moments when I'm about to make a selfish choice. As I choose the more generous path, God honors this as a sacrifice, the only acceptable sacrifice, and creates in me new character. As a bonus, I receive the power to comprehend God's perfect will for me. See Romans 12, 1 and 2. Only an all-powerful God can do this. Elohim is the name used for God within the creation story in Genesis and throughout the Old Testament as God communicated with his people. If God is powerful enough to create something out of nothing, can I believe that he will create a righteous person within me? Note 23. Are you willing to allow God's power to change you into the person that he's already created for you?